Featured artist, Rocktober, day number 15. It is Bring Me the Horizon.
You get to help pick the double shot of each of those Rocktober double shots all day long for Bring Me the Horizon. Be voting on those, Big Dog mobile app or at BigDog979.com.
We'll have double shots of Bring Me the Horizon coming up for you still today, as we do every day. 9, 11, 1, 3, and 5. This will coming up later.
And, of course, your winning word, which gives you a shot to win your Rocktober t-shirt right now. You need to text in the winning word, 417-659-9797. And the word is
Horizon.
Horizon. Be texting that, 417-659-9797. Text the word Horizon for your chance at your Rocktober t-shirt and a trip to Vegas.
Rocktober continues.
It does.
Somebody was asking the other day, Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it entail?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should
We're giving you a wad of cash.
Yeah.
And then you build the trip.
We're not just building.
We got a guy. We got a guy.
Uh-huh.
And our guy will take care of you.
Doesn't this sound like such a mobster? We got a guy. Don't worry about it.
We got a guy.
What do you want? Our guy can hook you up, baby.
We got X amount of money. And then he's going to build the trip you want.
And actually, and our guy is, I mean, this is what he specializes in, what he does. So whatever your dream is for Vegas.
You want to stay in the seediest hotel in Vegas and see strippers?
You can do it.
We'll make it happen.
You want to make it a full-on Elvis thing? He'll make it work.
Happen.
Don't worry. So whatever your Vegas dream
book
trip
around
is,
a big rock show out there and do something, we'll make it happen.
It would be fun. I think When We Were Young is out there anytime now, like right around now. Yeah. Build it around one of those.
Mm-hmm.
He can make it happen. Whatever your dream Vegas vacation is, maybe it's just, I want to be wasted in the gutter the whole time. Well, we got a pile of cash for you. He can make that happen too.
I do want to throw this out there. It's important to remember that there are some very lovely humans out there named Karen.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, of course.
But yet stories like this are not helping the cause.
Okay.
A woman named Karen was just laid off, and she made a lot of accusations against the company that laid her off.
Okay.
One of those including that she didn't get a farewell card. And she's very upset that she did not get the farewell card. Matter of fact, that's what she's most upset about.
Not getting laid off, not the fact that she lost her job.
It was the fact that I did not get a farewell card.
Does everybody do that? I'll be honest, I haven't gotten laid off, thankfully.
Yeah.
Is that a common practice? Like people get
I don't know.
I didn't imagine you got a card. You just got a notice saying, sorry, we don't need you right now.
Well, the company said actually they did pass around a card.
Oh, okay. Just didn't get handed to her?
No one wanted to sign it, so they decided since it won't be signed, they just didn't give it to her.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Give it to her. I think that makes a more powerful impression. Signed, nobody.
Yeah. It sounds like she had several issues with coworkers, including initiating an argument with one because they corrected her spelling of whiz.
That was an argument?
Yeah.
Over how to spell whiz?
Yeah, another card for a colleague, I guess.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She sounds like a real peach, doesn't she?
Yeah, so again, nobody wanted to sign. I like the way the company goes, we actually did, but everybody declined to sign it, so we just decided it's better to not give her the card.
But since you made a stink about it, Karen, we'll go ahead and let you know what everybody thinks.
Nobody liked you.
Yeah, point made. Nothing drives the point home more than that. Are we going disgusting?
Yeah. Are we going disgusting? My answer, yes.
I know what he means. Here's a question for you from a guy named Tim. I once met a very attractive woman who, after a short conversation, told me she was a psychic and trying to get her psychic career off the ground. I had to spend the rest of the conversation asking myself if I could date a very attractive woman who seemed to be really nice if I didn't believe in her career path. Could you date this lady who is really pretty and she's a psychic, but you don't really believe in psychic powers?
No. And the reason being is I think that's something you have to also believe in, because if you don't, there will always be tension, and she'll know it.
Without being psychic. You probably know that.
No, she's psychic. She will know that you're lying.
So you're a believer. You're good. You're good. You're good.
No, I think you if on something like that you would be so things would come up in conversations and other stuff.
I had this strong feeling about something or whatever, just like while you're at the dinner table, and after a few eye rolls, they would not.
Yeah. I think if you didn't believe in it, then it would come out and show, and there would be a fight.
Bound to happen. Yeah, I think you probably have to. He chose not to pursue as well. Said, I still wonder if I ever got her psychic career going.
If she was good at it, she would have known that it wouldn't work out.
Hey, I'm not getting into that.
That Game of Thrones auction, memorabilia auction, it wasn't just the
the throne. Yeah, I read about that. What else do they have?
It brought in more than $21 million.
Figured it's a lot.
1.5 for the Iron Throne.
Mm-hmm. No?
It was a replica of the Iron Throne.
Really? Oh, I kind of was under the impression it was the
So it
one.
wasn't even used in the actual show.
It's like one they paraded around or something.
No
like
way
for
I paid $1.5 billion not for the real thing. I don't care even if it was just art that somebody put together that was...
Was it like one that the show used to promote it or something at least?
It was molded from the original screen-used throne.
Huh.
But it wasn't the original.
Weird.
Jon Snow's long claw swords.
That's probably cool. If you're big. There's a rape whistle in the hallway or something. What is that?
What is that? It's like a weird sound.
Oh, that's not good. Engineering's looking at stuff. They're like, oh. So it must have been coming from that stuff.
Oh.
It's just a fan. Thank God, it's just a fan.
Guess we had a dry fan, is what they said. One of Jon Snow's long claw swords sold for $400,000.
Okay.
A hard rubber version used in action scenes went for $106,000.
Okay.
Jaime Lannister's black leather armor went for $275,000. And Arya Stark's boy assemble fetched 150.
Hmm. All right. Well, that's kind of cool. I don't know if there's any kind of stuff that, like, I don't know if I'll ever have the collector trait to me. Maybe if I were, like, really wealthy, you just would do something.
The only way that I would do that is if I was, like, I won the lottery.
Yeah.
Say that again. Keep this girl out. What?
I don't know.
Trying to find. I watch every day, and I want familiar face badge. And not a post-it. Does it actually say that?
Just whining. I'm a crazy nut.
Oh. I don't think, and I don't know if there's anything we can do to change those.
No, we don't dictate those.
I don't think
Facebook
so.
just does that stuff.
Yeah.
We can't help you there, really.
Celebrities with surprising secondary careers. We can
Okay.
talk about that at before
I like it.
the headline news.
Yeah. I love hearing the as one band put it, Joe jobs.
These are jobs after they've worked.
Right,
famous, though.
right.
I'm famous, but I'm kind of walking away now.
But I've
here's
got
my
some secondary thing. But you probably don't know them, it sounds like.
Right.
No, I like that.
Apparently, Kevin Bacon loves horror movies.
He's been in one or two, hasn't he? Wasn't he in the... Gosh, I can't remember what that's called. Kind of like an Invisible Man sort of thing.
Yes.
He was in that.
No particular order. He named 20 of them.
Whoa.
I'm not going to read them all. Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead,
Okay.
which is very funny. Get Out, The Blair Witch Project,
Okay.
Stir of Echoes.
He was in that. Hollow Man is the one I was thinking of. Was he in Friday the 13th?
Slither.
He was, I think.
The movie Smile in 2022, the original, it actually starred Kevin's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Stir of Echoes, yes, he was in that one. He was also in X, Pearl, Maxine.
I've forgotten he was in Friday the 13th. He was one of the kids.
Well, Kevin's other horror movies include Flatliners, Tremors,
Yeah, what Tremors, yes.
Hollow Man, The Darkness, They, Them, and the original Friday. I did not know that he was in that one.
Yeah, I think he's one of the kids. I think I've known this before. I was just checking the IMDb.
He's also in the Toxic Avenger remake
I don't-
that has been sitting around waiting to be released since last year.
Oh, okay.
So not only does he like watching them, he likes being in them.
Yeah.
Everything that rocks all day, the Big Dog 97.9. Good morning, 8:23.
If you've got a costume for your pet, you need to get that thing on and enter it right now. We've got our Halloween dog costume contest. Thanks to Pinnacle Vet Clinic and the Big Dog 97.9. You could win pet food for a year, heartworm prevention for a year, and a free office visit, including a heartworm test from Pinnacle Vet Clinic. Make your submissions now. Post your pictures, bigdog979.com.
What's something that instantly disgusts you? We're going to talk about that in 6 minutes. Here's Imagine Dragons. It's Radioactive. Big Dog 97.9.
That was an interesting documentary watching, talking about the making of that one. All those old horror movies, but that one was good too.
Yeah.
Usually about just like how we had zero money. we just made this work with this and that. In that little era there, that little run, it was like, oh, people are into this, and we've spawned some of the most iconic killers of all time, and we did it for $40,000 to make this thing.
Well, now they're doing that. Well, they talked about bombs and stuff. Apparently, Joker, the original Joker, was made for $70,000 or $70 million. I mean,
Okay,
not 70,000.
say that's
$70 million, but it made $1 billion. This new movie costs $200 million to make, and its opening weekend only made 30-some million. And they talk about how this one is just the other one made so much money. This one's going to lose a ton of money.
The other one is good. I don't really have a big desire to see.
I never wanted to watch it because it was too real to me,
Very
and
real.
I don't like. I'm just not.
But I didn't need another one. You know what I mean? I didn't need a second follow-up, get Harley Quinn involved. I didn't need that.
Well, to me, I was fine. if they wanted to do something along those lines, I didn't ever watch the first one, but if they wanted to keep that because it was so successful, and you're bringing Harley Quinn in, and how that can play into it, and all right, I think it's the fact that they went full blown musical with it. They talked about it's the first comic book type movie that's ever gotten a D in Cinema Score. And they say for audiences to give a D or below in Cinema Score, it's basically because they feel that financially they got ripped off and did not get the movie that they wanted. Because they say it's almost impossible to get those scores in Cinema Score because it's audience strictly. Yeah, it has nothing to do with critics and
Right.
It's audiences only. And they said typically they don't give that. And if they do, it's usually because they didn't get the movie they wanted and they feel financially like a waste of time and money.
Yeah.
And when they give that low of a score.
Yeah. I haven't been to very many where I felt just flat out ripped off. Like
the only one that I can say that I remember, what was that? Was it Beach? Or something like that with Leonardo DiCaprio.
You've talked about this before. I never watched
it. And when they, like, right in the middle of the movie, they start doing this animated, like, he's in a game.
Yeah.
For no reason. I remember about walking out.
I left once on one because it wasn't very good. It was one of the Eddie Murphy ones at the end of his, like, in that sort of run where it was he's kind of jumping the shark and he was making Some people liked it, but I also had free tickets. I got free tickets from the college. We went, I watched part of it and I was like, screw this. Let's leave. Let's go get drunk instead.
Yeah. There was one movie that I walked out of and went to watch another movie instead because not by my choice. Because I went back and watched the movie and I enjoyed it. I love the movie Snatch. I think it's a good movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
But we sat down. Daughter's mom, pregnant. We start to watch it. And we get maybe 10 minutes in and she's like, no.
Yeah.
Fine. We got time. This other one's getting ready to start down here, and we watched, which probably the worst thing because then she wasn't going to say nothing then, but it grossed her out in a lot of ways. But it was long and drawn out, but it was Gladiator.
Oh yeah.
So I watched that instead.
I'm looking forward to the new Gladiator.
Well, today is Global Hand Washing Day. A new poll out says 89% of Americans say they wash their hands after using a restroom.
Okay.
Those are probably all people disgusted at the 11% that just walk out without washing their hands. It's like, what are you doing?
Hey.
You just touched your genitals, possibly just peed on them.
Or worse.
And now you're walking out.
Yeah.
Are you pooed?
Yep. Yeah.
Got me thinking.
Uh-huh.
What is something that instantly disgusts you?
Instantly
you see it and you're like, ugh.
Oh, I can think of one. Do you ever go into like a park bathroom?
Not if I can help it.
Exactly. Nobody does unless you can help it. It's probably been within the last year. And one of my kids, they're like, oh, I got to go right now. And I was like, all right, let's just get in the car. No, but we want to stay. We want to stay at the park. Okay. So we went to the park bathroom. And it was one of the most horrific scenes I've ever seen in my life. They then decided, all right, cool, we can leave. I
don't need to stay at the park.
The second you opened the door, it was like, oh. Of course, it was like the summertime, and it had been baking in there for a while, and there's just a lot left.
That's one scene, though.
Huh?
That's one scene, so not like public restrooms all the time.
Nope.
Or park bathrooms all the time.
It was just like an unflushed park toilet or a clogged one or something. That's one I can think of.
Okay. One for me, maggots.
Oh, maggots gross you out?
Yeah, don't.
It's pretty nasty. I
'Cause-
don't
'cause-
disagree.
Because everything involved with maggots is not good.
It's not good. No. But I don't think it. I mean, I don't love it by any means. I don't just scrape them off and keep eating that roadkill. I usually go on to the next one.
Seeing, hearing, smelling, any three of the above, vomit.
I can handle it.
Instantly grosses me out.
I don't like it, but I can.
Especially
handle it.
this.
Are you the person that if somebody vomits, you vomit?
No, I've never have, but I almost do.
Do you?
I have to look away.
I know
and plug
people
it-
that cannot be around it, or else they're going to throw up too.
If I sit there and watched them and stared at them, I would.
What if I put a vomiting video on that TV?
Stop it.
Would you?
Stop it. No, I would not allow it.
But would it make you throw up?
Maybe not.
What now?
I don't want to. No, it might.
You're so
'cause
far
now-
removed from this because you don't have kids anymore. I mean,
No,
you do.
no, the kid.
What am I saying? You just don't have to clean up their vomit anymore.
That was different. I don't know why. I think it's because you just have to.
You're forced. You're so forced. What are
Oh.
you going to do?
When I used to have long hair,
Uh-huh.
worst scenario ever.
Yeah.
Daughter's in bed. She's sick.
Uh-huh.
And they're with me. Of course, I got long hair. And I remember you talk about being able to be woke up to the sound of like the almost. I instantly,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden, bleh,
In your hair?
all over my hair, down my back, as in the bed. And it's like 3 in the morning, and then you got to get them, and then it's on the floor, and then it's. So not only did I had to take care of them, I had to then clean everything and redo stuff. I also had to take a quick shower while they're sick in the middle of the night.
I think you just did it. I think
it
you
was
said
the
it.
most awful experience ever.
It's not vomiting. It's not the act of getting puked on.
Yes.
Is the one.
It was awful.
Because it's warm and it's chunky.
Oh, it's
and
chunky. And then it's stuck in my hair.
Depends. There's different levels, but sometimes it's chunky.
Yeah. That's
the one. That's a good one. Getting puked on. Where you come in contact with it.
You can text us 417-659-9797, 417-659-9797. What's something that will instantly disgust you? Somebody put on their animal abuse.
Oh, okay.
Any kind of animal abuse, if they see it, it
Yeah.
disgusts them.
Okay. Well, that's fair. I think that's somebody on our Facebook stream commenting dishwater.
Like dirty dishwasher?
I think so. Stale, old dishwater.
Yeah, that
So
can
if
get
it's
pretty bad.
Not like it's been setting there for a little bit.
Little brown,
Yeah.
little chunky,
Yeah.
little greasy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
It is. It isn't good. It's funny.
Milk that smells bad or is chunky,
Oh, if he gets to the chunk stage,
and then you take a drink.
I'm never taking a drink. I know. If that milk has any form of solids in it, I'm out.
Somebody just texted in.
Okay.
Children.
Well, look, there's some people that can't. Kids are disgusting. My daughter yesterday on the trampoline in our backyard, and the poor kid's been battling some illness, allergies, things. I get it. And she, as I go inside, she's coming inside with me. She shows me the 2 boogers that she pulled out of each nostril.
Boogers are on.
Like big, sticky,
Oh, she
green
like-
ones.
Look, Dad.
She's got them on her fingers, and she's going like that. And I said, "What do you do? You know, we're outside. Like, wipe those on the trampoline and get down." Like, what do I do with these?
What do I do, Dad?
What do I do with these? Yuck. Wipe them on the trampoline. Children are disgusting. They're so gross. They really are. She was laughing. She was having a
Of
great
course. Somebody said long toenails or crusty feet.
I think you should know, like my father, he's not going to show his feet off in public. Rightfully so. He shouldn't. They're hideous. They're some of the ugliest feet I ever seen in my life. And he shouldn't. So if you're him, you just don't wear sandals.
Yeah.
You just don't do it.
Somebody said anything to do with vomit / crickets or grasshoppers because of their sticky legs.
They do have sticky legs.
Yeah, and they're like glued to you.
Yeah. I don't think they disgust me, but I know people that does happen to. Yeah.
That's just some of the things. Someone said biting nails,
Yeah.
cockroaches,
Oh,
seeing somebody littering
okay.
or chewing gum with their mouth open.
Yeah. What about BO? Does that count? Smell count?
Body odor would be one. Instantly makes you disgusted.
That's rough.
Someone with a bad cold or allergies that's constantly snorting and doing that and then
done
spitting it
that.
out. Bobby
In a bottle.
in a bottle, and then he collects it in front of me over here in the corner until it gets a couple of inches thick.
Loogie bottle.
Yeah, he does that, by the way, and I have to put up with that.
I don't have time to run outside. We got things to do in here. That was especially bad, that little run of illness I had there.
Yeah,
I couldn't breathe.
it was awful for both of us. Also, I got a chewing tobacco, spit, and a cup of bottle.
Yeah. So a lot of people hate that.
People who pick their nose and underneath their fingernails with a credit card and then tried to hand it to me to pay at the drive-thru.
I've never used
You nasty.
I never used a credit card to clean my fingernails
I
out.
haven't either. And then there you go. You can pay for
Yeah,
that.
right.
That's awful.
That's not good. I've never done that.
Especially if you just picked your nose and now you got to.
I use my pocket knife. That's how I clean my fingernails out.
Don't look at those if you have
What's that?
the people that celebrities jobs.
I have not.
There's actually
Some pretty good ones.
There's one in particular that'll be like and you'll probably know which one it is. Maybe. Some of them are like, wow, okay. But there's one in particular that stands out to me. because that'll be cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Because I think that'll be better because it'll be more.
And it's already there. It's ready as of right now.
You can change colors and do a bunch of other stuff to it. I had no idea it was even there. He says it's new. I don't know how new it is, but
I only ever look at like one screen of that thing. So,
do you have it where you can pull it up in here?
I mean, I can pull it up in here.
I don't remember
It's on the internets.
Yeah, but I don't remember my stuff right off the top of my head.
I don't really either.
The one at my desk will let me in automatically.
My internet's being very slow today and not wanting to cooperate too much. Let's see. I don't have my login saved. I'd have to figure that stuff out.
So,
In the next week, that's probably the toughest one of the next week that you've.
it's the longest, I think.
Letters wise, it's
Oh,
there's
maybe
a couple
not.
others
Maybe
that are
not.
about the same, but it's just spelling wise, it's probably the toughest.
Well, it doesn't matter.
My favorite is always the things that aren't even close.
Well,
That's
I'm just throwing a word out there.
cat.
Well, we've hit our October usage.
Not surprised.
We're gonna double it this month, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. We talked to them about it.
I think at this point we're just gonna, because it's gonna go so far over. We'll just get. I think it's like 5,000 increments. I think it's like $30 for another 5,000, where we'll get charged. At this point, it's just like that's what it's.
Oh.
We're halfway through the month.
Yeah.
We hit a number we don't even come close to. Halfway through.
Yeah.
We only went over by, I think, 1,000 last year.
Mm-hmm. So.
And they said no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now they might look overall. We might get lucky, and overall for the company,
Yeah.
they might look at it and go,
Yeah, because if everybody else is, we're allotted 5.
1,000 per station.
Right, and if everybody else used 1,000 or whatever. Although you did just rattle Cage a little bit to use.
Well,
I don't know if that's making any difference or not.
sometimes no.
Yeah. Well, I figure it'll be one of those things that some will do for a while. You know, it's
like that's why you repeat it every once in a while.
Yep.
Because there's a lot. There is.
What was it? They were pretty good about it.
Yeah, they actually get a lot of stuff. I think it's because they get a lot of interaction.
They send them back.
My fantasy team won.
Oh, I didn't check mine. I'm pretty well knew I was going to get beaten again. I'm pretty bad.
It was closer than it should have been.
didn't show me. Where we at?
Right now, I'm in second place.
Are you? Where's the scores from last week?
Wow. The Huddle Hussies have scored some points.
Mm-hmm. And she's 500.
And she's 500.
Yeah, that's
she's outscored everybody else.
It hurts.
For a total.
But she's had a few weeks where it's like, oh my gosh, I got beat 130 to 120.
Yeah.
And that stinks.
I think Brett had that happen to him last week.
Yeah.
He had almost 140 points, and he lost.
Well, this week, him and Tom duked it out, and it was like 75 to 50 something, I think.
I just got so many people hurt. I'm surprised.
Yeah. I've got a bunch that were...
Well, Rice out for the season, so he's gone. McCaffrey, of course, number one pick on IR.
Mm-hmm.
Collins is on IR.
I think I don't remember who my one pick was. Tyreek, maybe. And while he's not hurt, it's
Well, you lose your main
same as
you lose your main quarterback, and you don't really have a good backup.
he's on my bench.
Yeah,
Like it's not his fault. It's just wasted. And then my first running back was Pacheco. So I've had a rough run too. Everybody has. But there's always.
When celebrities aren't busy making the big bucks, some spend their extra time with a secondary career
Uh-huh.
or a hobby
Sure, yeah.
or a combination of both.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jim Carrey, he's an artist. He sculpts, he draws, and he paints.
I could see that. He seems like a creative dude
that's-
that would do those sort of things.
And that's really, as he's even said, he's made enough money, he's invested wisely. He never has to work ever again.
Uh-huh.
And he just does all that stuff because he enjoys doing it, and that's how he lives his life.
Makes sense. Okay.
Tom Selleck,
Okay.
he owns an avocado ranch, and he plants wildflowers on his land.
Interesting. An avocado ranch.
Yeah, he's an avocado farmer.
Okay, cool. Good for you, Tom. I don't know how you get into
Um,
that, but whatever.
Seth Rogen,
Uh-huh.
he
Weed
makes
farm.
no, but
Oh.
it's evolved around that, of
Okay.
course. He does pottery. He actually created a company called Houseplant to sell his pieces that you can go buy that he makes. And, of course, it's mostly smoking accessories, ashtrays, and other.
But come on. If he doesn't have, like, his own branded dispensaries or strains or farm,
He's missing out.
I don't know how he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen could be like the Walmart of weed stores.
I would think.
Come on down to Seth Rogen's Weed Mart.
Emporium.
Yeah. I think it could go national. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm amazed that hasn't happened.
Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
He owns his own wood shop. He knows how to build props, sets, building decks, and even cabins.
That's pretty impressive. He does strike me as the guy that would do something like that, doesn't he?
Actually, he does.
Yeah, like woodworking. In my
I-
spare time, I build cabinets.
I big cabinets
Yeah.
and desks.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman is a beekeeper,
He is.
and he even converted his Mississippi ranch into a bee sanctuary.
Down on my Mississippi ranch, I make honey. That's the best I got. It's close.
That's not bad. And lastly, on what these busy celebrities do when they're relaxing or doing something in the spare time, a second career,
Yeah.
David Arquette.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't thought about him. I forget that he's a celebrity. What does David Arquette do?
David Arquette recently bought the rights to Bozo the Clown. So he performs as Bozo the Clown.
That feels right. That feels so right.
David Arquette performs as Bozo the Clown because he bought the rights to it.
I bet they were very inexpensive. Who wants the rights to Bozo the Clown now? David Arquette. Yeah, that works out. That checks out.
I can't. That just. What do you do now? You were in the Scream movies and all this other stuff,
Other weird
and
things, this and that. I just travel around. I do Bozo the Clown. No kid, by the way, today knows who the hell Bozo the Clown is, I would imagine. You're just a clown, right? My kids don't know who Bozo is.
Maybe.
I know they don't know who
Well,
he
he
is.
does parties for the senior centers.
Adults.
Here's Rich Glitter.
This is not headline news. Burger King will now give you an 8-ounce tub of Hidden Valley Ranch for free with your sandwich. Or because this is America, to substitute as your drink. There are rumors of a Nicole Kidman-Salma Hayek feud. I haven't seen the video yet, but I'm hoping for an inflatable pool filled with baby oil. Robert Smith of The Cure says he's retiring in 5 years. If that makes you sad, then Robert Smith has done his job once again. And Sweden is barring cousins from marrying. It's all part of the country's push to avoid turning into Arkansas. This is not headline news.
Arquette family. Well, yeah, because Eden Arquette. That would be isn't his dad the guy that was on Night Court? John. Oh no, that's Larry Kett, I think.
Yeah. His dad. I mean, his mom and his dad are both listed as actors. Oh, yeah. You see his dad. You know him. This picture especially. What is this guy from? That picture.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, read this. This is. He was born on a Subud commune. Youngest child of Brenda, who was an actress, burlesque dancer, poet, theater operator, activist, acting teacher, and therapist.
Okay.
And then dad was a puppeteer and actor. Gives a little bit of the family history. Dad was, or grandpa was also a comedian. So yeah. The Arquettes had an unusual upbringing, with a father who occasionally had issues with substance abuse. Their mother died of breast cancer. I mean, raised in a commune to actor parents, very liberal arts thinking kind of folks, and I didn't know he'd done some WCW wrestling at some point, but he did.
He's done everything.
Yeah, it's all kinds of shit. Yeah. Anyway, this is what I remember. I remember Scream, Buffy, Airheads. I'd forgotten about. But he wasn't one of the band. He I don't remember, what was he? Did he work in the radio station or?
I can't remember, but yeah, he wasn't one of the main guys.
Because that was Brendan Fraser. That was actually early. Was Buscemi and then Sandler. Getting in that Scream thing probably though made him. God, who knows?
I feel like that's the one that people remember the most.
He had guest spots on Beverly Hills 90210 and Blossom and stuff from that era, Never Been Kissed, and just he worked quite a bit in the late 90s, and then probably never seen him again.
And then he became Bozo.
And now he's Bozo.
Everybody have a good day. Awesome. Thanks for joining.